it's Felicity from GetYourRockOut, here with the lovely Hamish from My Dying Bride. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Very pleased to be back here at the Damnation Festival. We played back in 2008, and this is as close as we're going to get to a local show, really. So it's great to be here. Really looking forward to debuting some new songs tonight, and it seems like a great turnout, great vibes. So yeah, really happy to be here.
Brilliant. And from what you've just said, I'm guessing that the rumours about the new stuff being played tonight are in fact true.
Oh, we're even opening up with the first track off the new album. So yeah, we're dive straight into it. So really in at the deep end. We even we're at the rehearsal room 9 o'clock this morning. For just another last minute run through. We take this very seriously. We really do, and so there's always a lot more pressure when doing some new stuff for the first time as well. So we'll make sure it's special. It's sounding great. I just can't wait to get up and play it. So right now I'm just counting down the time until we're on. So
fantastic. And how many songs can we look forward to from the new album?
We're going to be doing 2 songs off the new album. We're going to be doing the opening track, Kneel Till Doomsday, and we're also going to be doing The Poorest Waltz as well, which is a track we're actually going to be shooting a video for in a couple of weeks' time.
Oh, wow.
So we're 2 weeks' time. It's all the storyboarding and all the plans look really good. So hopefully that should be ready for when we're doing the tour in December. So there's a lot going on at the moment. It's a very furtive time. It's been a very inspired time. So it's I don't know. I guess it's the winter months. Maybe it suits us.
Wonderful. And so you've done all the storyboarding. Can you give us any plot teasers for the new video?
Well, I'd say it's quite a literal interpretation of the lyrics for the song, really, which is this interesting romantic angle Aaron's come up with of this sanatorium isolated out in a way where you've got all these blind girls who are serenaded and wooed by the local boys from the village who just want to play their own gramophone records and dance with them, and they'd just take them out of their isolation. And so it's interesting. It covers a lot of the kind of bases of some of the more romantic angles of My Dying Bride lyrics, and so the video is going to just be quite a literal interpretation of that, and I think it could work out very well.
Brilliant. Well, we'll look forward to seeing that hugely. I mean, do you enjoy making videos?
Videos have never been a higher priority for myself. I think there's been a couple of very good ones done in the past. I think the video Charlie Granberg did for us for our Bring Me Victory video, I thought was excellent. That was really good. We were very pleased with that, and there's been some good ones over time, but I don't know, it's always going to be kind of difficult in some ways, because we create the music with, in some cases, some kind of grand cinematic visions of what we'd expect the visuals of the songs to be, and there'd be no way we could get the budgets for the scale of some of the stuff that we think that God, in my mind I've got a whole entire video for Bargest of Whitby, but we're not going to shoot a 27-minute song as a video. So I don't think about it as much, really. It's but the music is cinematic in its scope, so they tie in quite a bit, but let's see.
Wonderful. And tell us literally all there is to know about the new album.
Oh, we started writing 3 years ago. There's actually a song and a lot of riffs that go back to 3 years since when we first started writing. We were really wanting to go down quite a darker route that started there, and then we found ourselves going off into rather more extreme kind of territory, and actually put the album on hold at that point and did the EP Bargest of Whitby instead, because what we were doing was just this nightmarish horror death doom kind of sound that absolutely needed to do, and so we'd crank the amps up and used some real old school harsh sounds and did that. And then once we'd kind of exercised those particular demons, we came back to the album to do more of the approach of the grandeur and splendour of what we've been doing in My Dying Bride over the years, but mixed with this more primitive and harsher kind of sound. We came out the other side of Barchester Whitby somewhat altered by scarred from the beast, and so consequently the album's got a lot of depth, diversity. It really has some contrasts on there. So alongside the more harsh death doom kind of stuff, there's some of the most heartfelt melancholic harmony work that you're going to hear, and some amazing vocals from Aaron there.
And so can you really, when you're listening to the album, do you really see the progression of the band within that 3 years contained within this album?
It's not even necessarily just a linear thing time-wise. Certain songs are reflecting certain facets and aspects of the band, and so I don't just see them as age, but also what we were doing and what we were angling and striving for at that particular point in time. Some songs I've written very quickly and aren't changed at all from their first inception. But the beauty of the way technology is right now, we record so much at home, we do so much demoing and pre-production. Some songs are written, rewritten, and we keep on rewriting right up until the actual studio time itself. So there's a lot of different writing processes at work within the band, and that also maintains a lot of the contrast that we have as well. So it's not just purely the age of the song. There's different ways in which they're created, and I see more of that reflected into the songs. It doesn't just have to be old or new. There's more to it. It's a mixed bag. I want to keep it that way.
And of course it's the band's 11th studio album now, which is just, it's an amazing record for any band to have.
Thank you.
What does it feel like to know that you've just created this utter legacy of music?
It certainly makes picking the live set very difficult.
Yes.
And it's such a kind of honour to people talking with such respect and reverence about the back catalogue of music that we've got. It really truly is. And so the live set becomes problematic. We want to cover as much of the history of the band as possible, and by doing so as well, that helps us look towards the future as well. As we look over the whole history of what we've done in the band, looking at the past can help shape the future. So that's a grand thing. What I love with the new album, I wouldn't hesitate for a second of saying that would be the album for a virgin listener of My Dying Bride to start off with. If someone was to say, I've never heard My Dying Bride before, what do they do? What would be a place to start? I'd say straight to the new album. Really there. It covers all the different aspects and all the emotional angles that make us My Dying Bride. So I think it's a very complete, very cohesive album, really.
And if you had to pick a favourite track off it, could you do so?
The Porous Waltz is, very musically is a very, very personal track for myself on there. So that's, I've lived with that song a long time as well. That's one of the 3-year-old ones, and but I don't know. My personal favourite, I'm gravitating more towards Like a Perpetual Funeral. Really, I just think that is just dripping in melancholy, and is really quite something else. Aaron's just turned into something really quite different. At first, when Andy was writing the whole bulk of that song, he was wanting to go down this very funeral doom, really, very, very intensely dark kind of angle, and so that was getting me to bring some harmonies and a few melody lines into it as well. And we probably at that point in time would have expected a harsh death metal kind of vocal with the mindset of where we were at, because we were pushing things down that way. of course, what Aaron then ended up doing was doing this, multi-tracked, many layers of vocal harmonies, doing this sweeping, beautiful crescendo of vocals that was just not at all what we had in mind, but of course took the song into a whole new direction. So even though musically we'd been going down in one direction, vocally it went into such another. So I know the whole genesis and the birthing of that song all the way through, and I hear all of that in there, and I think that's got the beauty of the extremes working together, creating a glorious My Dying Bride song.
And when you're so personally connected to songs, is it a real hardship if people then don't like them?
Over the years, I've found myself paying less attention to reviews and things that way, because when they get it right and the reviewers heard it and they've connected it in the right ways, it's like, yeah, I know, that's right. Or if people don't get it and they're not on board with us, then it's like, right, fine, you don't connect that, so it doesn't affect how the songs are for us, or how we're into. So we spend quite a bit of time on our official forum on the website, mydyingbride.net, and so we see the opinions and things from our fans, closest to us on there, and that we do listen to and interact with our fans that way. But we're very fortunate, very lucky that there's a lot of people out there who do appreciate what we do, but I don't actively seek out reviews and things. I've been told the reviews are pretty universally really very good for the new album. That's grand. I've seen a few things in print that it is really great, but I don't actively look for them, and if there was to be a negative one, I wouldn't really upset or offend me in any way. It's just the music is a huge just an absolutely vast universe of things you can do with it. So, find what does work. It's not an alter what we're doing. We're not ones to be chasing scenes or trends or genres. We're doing what we want to do, and what we do organically and most natural is the music that you hear us create. So, a bad review wouldn't change that.
And we touched briefly before on the set list. How on earth do you start to even whittle down what you've got and put it into one short set?
We have, some obvious favourites, band favourites from within the band, as well as stuff that we know works very well live. So, people would suggest songs that we kind of want to do, and we'll look at the set and look at the periods of time it's covering, and as I say, we'll try and represent everything in there. So like with a great many things, it just seems to kind of come together. It's alarmingly easy at times. The only thing is working out what not to play. There's always stuff that we particularly want to do, and it seems to tie in right with what people want us to do. So
always a good thing then, really.
Yeah, it seems to work. It seems to be okay.
So you're touring throughout December. Where can people find you when they want to see you?
We're only doing one UK show. We're just doing London. That's the very first date of it, and then from there we're off out to France for a couple of dates, Germany, Italy, so Western Europe for December.
Can we expect a big UK tour anytime soon? Is that something that's on the cards?
I would love to do another one. It's not that long since where it was only a week that we did for a UK tour, but we did that in fairly recent history, at a time when I thought that might have been quite a bold step, but it was successful and worked very well. So let's hope it'd be something we can do again. Definitely, I love playing live and love, and of course, I love the glorious history of the British music scene. So yeah, we should play here more. But no, I mean it's the minority of shows that we play are actually in the UK.
Sad. Well, sad for us. I mean, of course, other people are happy, I'm sure. The next kind of 6 to 12 months, what can we expect from you?
Well, we've got the video coming out, the tour, and then also looking at releasing an EP at some point at the start of next year as well. We recorded a lot more songs than what are actually on the final album, so we've got another 4 songs recorded that are still there for release. So look forward to bringing that out. There's a lot on the cards.
Wonderful. Well, we will really, really look forward to seeing a lot more of you guys soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Really can't wait for the set.
Great stuff. Thank you. Cheers.